They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the shotgun, here's Barrett. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
First down, Raiders. Check 41.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Barrett. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a first carry for their fullback. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Barrett. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Watson with a give to Miller. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Watson on 3rd down. He's got the hook up to Miller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Barrett got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. This is intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And it's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Throwing after the interception. Barrett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. The open man here, Renfro. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Barrett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. First throw now for the backup car. Looking downfield for Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 15 now, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Here's Barrett on play action. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, 4-1 Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Operating from the gun. Barrett eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Jones on the return. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Going deep here for Stills. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Miller trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, his throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And now it's third down. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
At the Raiders' 5-yard line.
Miller, the lone setback. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we... And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes there's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Here's Jones on the return. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And some room to roam now. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at his 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
694.
Throwing again. Carr looking downfield for Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big...
That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Now Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 20.
We know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Tahir Whitehead, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson looking for the end zone. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Barrett looking to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Raider 1st. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Let's go now. Take to Pittsburgh. Watch 5. Tackles.
3rd and 2. Barrett. It's caught. Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Here's Jacobs. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and goal. Barrett, blitz coming, and down he goes. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the gun, it's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit.
Lamar Miller, the 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Barrett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot. Just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
No, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. On the return is Jones. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An update, meanwhile, from over in Jacksonville. The Jets have just scored, so they've taken the lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. So they get the 1st down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Again, it's Miller. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Down, he's coming. Down him, go.
Faking the give. Now Watson rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
We're set. 19. I'm 25. Not today, you are.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he's to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing, too.
Oh, she's singing.
She's on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Justin Reed, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, here's Miller. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the 50, it's Watson. 20, DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with him. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Lamar Miller! And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. You ain't doing nothing today.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Set, ready. Hey, go.
And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Barrett. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.